WWE alum and singer and podcast host. She does it all. And now she's with Professional Fighters League. What an interesting concept. What a great MMA group. Here's 5 minutes with Lilian Garcia. Thank you so much, Lilian. Tell us about your role with the MMA Professional Fighters League.
Thank you so much for that introduction. I love it. I tell you that this has been something that I never expected, but something that has been so fun to be a part of. When I got contacted by the PFL to be their new in-cage announcer, I was so ecstatic because it was just a natural progression from where I had been 15 years at WWE to now stepping into the MMA world. And like you said, what a great concept. Regular season, playoffs, championship. It is so exciting to follow this format. And here we are at the championship, and it's just awesome to also make history with this company and being the only female in-cage announcer. It's something, a dream come true, really.
That's historic. And wanted you to get a little bit more into the Professional Fighters League because you mentioned it, but I want you to explain it too. What is this? Because it's a very unique and different concept.
It's basically the same thing as when you follow football, right? You have a regular season, you have football teams that face each other, and then they go on to the playoffs, and then they have the Super Bowl. So it's the same concept, but in MMA style, which is so great because everything is in the fighter's hands as far as they, get to progress in their career. And so we had the regular season with the fighters facing off, and I loved the point system. It made it so much fun where if the guy got knocked out in the first or the female got knocked out in the first round, you'd not only get the 3 points for the win, but then you'd get 3 points for getting knocked out or submission, just winning the fight in the first round. And then, so they would get extra 3 points, right? So it'd be 6 points going. And then if they got in the second round or the third round, so it was all point-based. So then by the end of the night, you had a leaderboard. So you could see who was stacked a number one seed. And so that's been the natural progression. And then the playoffs, fighting twice in one night. I'd never seen it before. And so in the MMA world, this is so different to fight twice in one night. And I got to see where not only they fought twice in one night, sometimes they would win the quarterfinals, but then they couldn't compete in the semifinals. Even if they won, they weren't cleared by the commission. So it just told you how brutal the sport is, as far as what they put out on the line on the first round. And then if they can't compete, then it's like, the alternate comes in. So it's just anything can happen, and that's what we saw. And now here we are in the championship, and someone's going to walk away with $1 million in each division, and then the world title. So it's pretty amazing.
And we're going to get into the championships. And ESPN2 has been a great partner. They've been broadcasting this. It's been really cool. I want you to take us a little bit behind the scenes of how you actually landed this spot with PFL.
Sure. So I was contacted by Ryan Staton, and Ryan was on a podcast with me before, and so we've gotten to know each other through years. Well, when I was contacted by him, he said, look, PFL is looking for you. And at first I didn't know the PFL because I didn't know that they had changed their name from their original, name, and I was like, okay, well, let me look into this. And then when I looked into it, I went, oh my God, this looks amazing. So I reached back out to them, took a meeting, and immediately I was sold. The way that they handled the meeting, how professional they were, George Greenberg and James, both of them there, just amazing individuals. And then when I got to go into the meeting everybody, I was like, this is an organization that I totally want to be a part of. And they've been nothing but so professional. And like I said, just a natural progression of my own career from WWE and now the challenge of MMA world. And I want to say to the fans, I want to thank them for also receiving me the way that they have, because I'm not going to lie, like I've been the first one to say, I know a lot about wrestling, but I didn't know that much about MMA. So I've had to learn on the spot, and it's just been so great to be received like I have. And also Josh Fowler has been so amazing to work with, and he's really been a big part of helping me get ready.
Just by the way, that's Lilian with one L, and she is a big, big fan of the Cox. Now, Lilian, before that goes viral for the wrong reasons, explain.
Well, I tell you, I graduated from the University of South Carolina with the Gamecocks. Yes, and it's so funny because our bumper stickers literally say you can't beat our Cocks. So to see like a little grandmother with that bumper sticker is hilarious. But to play on words, and it is a Gamecock. Like I have that in my makeup as just a fighter, and that's kind of what I took into this. Is I didn't really know that much about MMA world, but I've dived in and took a fighting role in this, and it's just been a lot of fun also to see what the fighters have done, both the men and the women.
And Lilian, reading up, you were on The Price is Right. Is this true?
That I was on the what?
The Price is Right?
Oh, yeah, so I was on The Price is Right. So as a Gamecock, my alumni reached out, and they said, hey, anybody want to go to The Price is Right? And I have lived in LA now for about 10 years, and I was like, man, all the times that I've come to LA, and now that I live in LA, I've never done The Price is Right. So I was like, sure, I'll go. So there was a whole group of us, and I got chosen to go up there, and then I got up on stage by winning my, the preliminary round, and I ended up getting a trip. It was crazy. It was insane, but I had so much fun.
And Lilian, was that with WWE Hall of Famer Drew Carey?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, and I told him, I can't remember if it was there or somewhere, because everything happens so fast. It really is amazing when you're on The Price is Right. Like, you can't, I was shaking on stage. You can't even, make sense of what's happening, and thank God that the crowd helps you. But I think at some point, I had told him, or I told somebody there, hey, Drew, I worked with the WWE, and you're an alumni. And he gave me that look like, what? but then later on he caught on. He's like, oh, yes. So it's cool.
That is